Traditions promoting physical health and liberation, moksha, has always been a debate. When seen as a tool for liberation, the human body might need to be maintained at a certain standard of health. Is yoga an answer to this? Let us explore. We are all aware that yoga is an ancient mind body practice that promotes overall health and well being. It is historically perceived as a spiritual discipline, but when practiced appropriately and also combined with dietary discipline, can be used clinically as a therapeutic intervention for psychopathological conditions like depression, anxiety, cardiovascular, respiratory, diabetes, and a variety of other conditions. In today's wellness chat, I'm in conversation with Dr. Sunita Acharya ji, who is a yoga practitioner for last 2 decades and is also a registered medical practitioner in alternate medicine. She has mentored, coached, and groomed many individuals in the field of yoga. Namaste, Dr. Sunita Acharya ji. Welcome to my channel Digital Wellness.
Namaste.
Madam, with your vast experience both in yogic science and in alternate medicine, how can yoga be adopted in our daily lives for managing and maintaining good health?
What I have learned from my teachers and masters is yoga is a disciplined way of living. And for this discipline, we don't need to follow big things which are very tough. It is like eating on time, waking up early, sleeping early, and hydrating the body, giving proper rest, trying to live a stress-free life. Sarira Madhyam Khalu Dharma Sadhanam. Through this body only, we can do all the activities and dharmas of this life. So, first thing what we have to do is we have to take care of the body. Once the body is healthy, we can do whatever the goals and purpose we dream of our life.
Mm-hmm. So, you've wonderfully explained it, which means the other name for yoga is discipline. And so, my take is yoga can be adopted for prevention of illness.
Yes, prevention is better than cure. But if we have to go back, ages back, when yoga started, more than 6,000 years old yoga, that time it is not meant for yoga for diabetes, yoga for high BP, yoga for stress-free life. That is not the intention those days. Our sages and maharshis, they practiced yoga for them to sit comfortably for their tapas, for their penance, and for their swadhyaya. Body should not disturb them. So, particular way of moving that is adopted from the nature. When they start moving the body in that particular way, they learned this is making me to sit comfortably and study, and this is helping me to do my sadhana in a better way. But as the time changing, ages passed by, now the modern man is adopting yoga for his health and well-being. That is how we are practicing. Suppose I have high BP, I should be doing this. If I have diabetes, I should be practicing this. Now we adopted practices of yoga into the modern life in a modern way.
Wow.
Example, nowadays if you see, many people are complaining about diabetes. Diabetes if you take, it is two types. One is genetical, that is type 1. The second one is depending on our lifestyle.
Mhm.
If you change the lifestyle, automatically you are bringing the levels down. Your pancreas starts functioning effectively, and your insulin levels are meeting the requirement of whatever you are eating. If that is not there, you are building the stress to the body. We are calling it as the type 2 diabetes. So when a person come to us asking, through yoga, I want to get rid of this health issue, we just first try to understand what is the nature of work they do, what is their lifestyle, and what are the activities every day they are following. If we understand that, it is easy for us to guide them. This is the cause, this is the root cause for you to have this particular health issue. So make these modifications through your food or through the lifestyle. So that is how we help the people to adjust their lifestyles or make the modifications to their lifestyles.
No, I think you beautifully said it. Uh, that you kind of concentrate on bringing therapeutic intervention, you know, uh, personalized therapeutic interventions for individuals. How do you, kind of run this? Because you've been running these practice, and I also understand you've coached so many people across your 2 decades of your yogic practice. How do you guide people, especially for some kind of a personalized therapeutic intervention, madam?
Understanding the person,
Mm-hmm.
and also make them understand where they're doing the mistake. In the sense, uh, simple, people complain about the headaches.
Mm-hmm.
When they complain the headache, that headache is a symptom actually.
Mm-hmm.
Unless we have something literally inside the head, we don't get the headache. Whatever the headache usually we call, it could be due to constipation, it could be lack of sleep, it could be we are exposed to too much of sun or exposed to the radiation, whatever. It is a symptom. Body is trying to communicate with you, address me, I'm
Mm-hmm.
going through this. So once you understand, automatically you can find the solution for it.
Mm-hmm.
So mainly we try to understand the person in front of us, and also through the interaction we'll make them understand what is the cause for their illness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, which means you are attacking the root cause rather than
Yes,
having a very generalized way of teaching yoga.
yes,
Very good. More so this question, madam, because today, if I really click on Google search uh, on yoga, there are umpteen number of search results that show up. For example, there are so many YouTube channels which show yoga. Could be for weight loss, could be for burning of fat, could be for your lifestyle improvement, a number of activities. But what I understand is yoga, when practiced appropriately, definitely with what you said about having very personalized intervention, can really really look at how you address individuals needs rather than looking at it more holistically.
yeah, yeah.
you know
It is actually a holistic approach.
mhm,
The particular style that we teach, that is Shivananda School of Yoga,
mhm,
in the name of Swami Shivananda. The system itself focus on the spinal cord, human
mhm,
spinal cord. If your spine is healthy, your whole system is healthy.
mhm,
If you observe, all these endocrine glands are located along with the spinal cord. Nowadays, if you see, everybody has hormonal imbalance.
Mhm.
So when we are practicing this structured system of practice, naturally, whatever the health issues, you know, you can see the improvement within weeks.
Mhm.
Then the person get the confidence. If I follow this kind of lifestyle, I'm going to be a better person.
Mhm. Finally, madam, before you share the words of wisdom, one personal question I had from my side was, there are so many changing techniques that happens in our day-to-day lives now. How do you, as a yoga teacher, mentor, coach, keep yourself updated of all the newer techniques that you need to kind of adopt and also teach your students?
What I understood is if you see the health issues,
Mm-hmm.
they're getting into the micro level, the specialization getting into deeper and deeper. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
earlier there used to be generalized, like general doctor for every health issue.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays it is like if you have a throat issue, you go to ENT doctor, and if you have stomach issue, you go to some other doctor. So these are all the well specialized. But when it comes to yoga, it is one solution for all these issues. This is age old wisdom. How we upgrade means we don't upgrade. It is only the names that change.
Mm-hmm.
Solution is only following yoga.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well said. Very well said. So, it is nothing but follow, have discipline and follow discipline. That's all.
Yes, yes.
Right. Thank you so much, Dr. Sunita Acharya ji, for this wonderful session. I know a lot of my viewers would be really interested in hearing more of the kind of intervention programs that you have. Thank you so much for this wonderful session.
Thank you.
International Yoga Day is celebrated on 21st June every year for spreading awareness of yoga. We just heard from Dr. Sunita Acharya on how changing lifestyle and consciously being disciplined can help in well-being, and how yoga can be effectively used in therapeutic interventions. You can contact Dr. Sunita Acharya for more details, and her contact is given in the description below. Let us all spend this International Yoga Day embracing yoga for better health and well-being. Please like and share and subscribe to my channel, Digital Wellness, for more beautiful stories on wellness.